Today's video is called The Best Attitude a Man Can Have. So I wanted to start this video by saying that I was depressed, anxious, and basically had low confidence. This is how I fixed it. But first, let me share a story that I've learned from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. The best attitude a man can have is one of high interest of others. So the opposite is to not to be interested in others' best interest. What does that look like? Thieves, sociopaths, and narcissists, right? People that are not interested in other people's best interest at all. Why do we need this? Because without this, we have no comrades. Without comrades, you won't have a sense of togetherness. You'll have a sense of competitiveness, and not a sense of collaboration, right? So if you are a narcissist, you're competing. You have no sense of self, and you have to get it from putting other people down, right? You have to raise yourself up. This is competitiveness. If you want to feel peace and whole, you literally need to not have that. You need to be competitive to be successful in life, but not in a sense of building up, like tearing other people down, right? You want this collaborative framework where you're whole, but you can't even get whole without first having a sense of inner peace. And you don't get that peace. It's a process. So let's continue on. It's a process of getting that sense of peace. So, if you feel defensive, that's not it, right? Your contribution of your talents, your abilities, and your attention to others will actually give you some peace. So when you feel whole, when you're living in this state of wholeness, you're in your purpose, you're in the flow. Right now, I just left the gym. My meals have been on point. I have this Japanese word called ikigai, where your purpose is in alignment with your work, with your talents. This is like this perfect zone, right? And then you can get into flow state like I am now, because I'm working on something that I enjoy, and I have to focus on making the video and talk about how I feel and what I've learned along the way. So I'm in that state right now, right? This is what I enjoy doing. And you can get that by creating the lifestyle like that. Creating a lifestyle where your actions, your thoughts, your feelings is all in alignment. Your work, your inside matches your outside, essentially. There's a great book called Designing Your Life. It's a Design Your Life workbook. There's another one, the Alfred Adler thing that I was just talking about, is a psychologist. That's the competitive versus collaborative, and then this is talking about your comrades. There's another popular book, I forget the name of it right now, and also Ikigai. That's another book talking about your purpose. So let's carry on. It's the wholeness that you get from living a life in alignment. From this life, you're whole and you're contributing to society. You have value, you have a sense of value, you have confidence, and you have peace. Your inside life matches your outside actions. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all in alignment. And like I said, I get this from waking up super early, hitting the gym, creating content like what I'm doing right now. And then I have clients starting, and then I go see my clients. And I've already done the work, so when I see my clients, I'm in a flow state. The energy is up. I have to do this every day. If I don't do this every day, I don't like my life. And some people might say, hey, you don't have a life, but this is what gives me meaning and purpose. And it's work, yeah, but I figured out a way to make it work for me. And much better than being depressed and anxious. It's the opposite. It's a sense of feeling of purpose and confidence and peace. So I eat my macros. The nutrition is a big part. If I'm not on my nutrition program, I don't feel like I'm, doing well, because I'm not. I have a goal. I'm working with a coach, and he told me to do this, so I'm going to do this. And I just outsourced it because I know what to do, but I want to outsource it and follow someone else's plan. And I used to not do this. I used to live a 50-50 lifestyle where I would dabble with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I had low confidence. I didn't feel confident going and coaching my clients because I wasn't really on the program with my nutrition. I wasn't really strictly on a regimen for bodybuilding training. I wasn't making, you have no confidence because you're not living in alignment. You're a fraud, right? And you feel that way. Your subconscious does know that because you're not living in alignment. So this causes a lack of confidence. You're not in your purpose, and then it would just go into depression. So you can create a lifestyle that's in alignment. What you're talented at, and also your thoughts, feelings, and actions, it has to be something that is good for you, is useful and good, and gives you meaning and purpose, and can help others. And I think, honestly, I just think it starts with the gym. I think it starts with early morning workouts, and I think it starts with eating your macros. And I think there's nobody that would not gain from getting in incredible shape and the best shape of their life. Like, when I was anxious and depressed, if I could get my mind wrapped around that and get started and just hire a coach and just get started and get in the best shape of my life, it gives you a very high boost of energy. I've heard it before, someone saying, you're not going to be depressed if you have a six pack. And it's kind of true. Like, if you can get to that, and I understand it's the chicken or the egg, like, well, if you're depressed, it's hard to get started. But you have to understand that this is the biggest thing that Carol Dweck talks about, this growth mindset. You have to understand, you have to understand that you can create a growth mindset. And if you understand that a growth mindset exists, growth mindset just means if you do it just means if 1 + 1 is 2, and you can learn. It just means that you can learn, you can take on new things, you can learn new skills, talents, and abilities. If you don't think you can learn, if you just think, oh, this person's better than me and they're always going to be better than me, or this is just how I am. I mean, it is how you are, but you can also still learn. I can read a marketing book and I can try to market. I can, you think I learned how to speak in a camera? I was teary-eyed the first 100. I was so flustered and embarrassed and red-faced the first 100 videos that I took. I was no confidence, right? I kept making them because I felt like I needed to share something. And then over time some people are like, oh, you're so good in front of the camera. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? That's growth. That's growth mindset. If you don't believe that you can do things to change, then just quit. You're not gonna, you can. Carol Dweck, growth mindset. It's the number one thing that winners have, people that become successful, is a growth mindset. So you can go get in shape. So it's 1 + 1 is 2. It's outcome based. If you can do the diet, you'll get in shape. If you can do the workouts, you'll get stronger. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do the diet. Anybody can do the workouts. Anybody can get in shape. Everybody has arms and legs. If you don't have arms and legs, there's people that don't have arms and legs that are still in better shape than you because they have just they have that mindset. There's people literally on Instagram that don't have arms or legs that are in shape. So they have a growth mindset. They know if they do the diet, they'll look good. They'll know if they do the training, they will look good. So I'm not in the best shape I could be in. I'm literally working on it every week. I'm losing a little bit of body fat, getting a little bit stronger. I'm not perfect either, but I know long-term, just stay on the path. And that allows me to live my life in alignment. So I can go see my clients, so I can go help you guys. That's how you live. That's the best way. This will get rid of your anxiety, depression. This will give you meaning and purpose in your life. That's the way. I hope that was helpful for you guys. That the beginning of the video, it was how to win friends and influence people. And I was just talking about, having an interest in someone else and not worrying about yourself as much helps reduce social anxiety and depression. And the reason I tie that in is because when you have social anxiety, there's this competitiveness with other people, and you're worried about yourself and you're defensive. It's narcissistic. But if you can start thinking of other people's best interest, that will help you get out of yourself. So consider other people's best interest. That is like one of the it is one of the best things that you can do. So hopefully this was helpful for your social anxiety, depression, anxiety, and this is the way Ikigai, How to Win Friends, Influence People. It's a great book. It's not manipulative as the title suggests. It's actually about how to learn how to, network and build friends and not be in such a competitive framework. And combining this with coaching and Ikigai and getting into your purpose, I think it's just a great solution for getting out of your anxiety. That's what's helped me, and I know that's what will help other people. If you'd like to apply for coaching, there's a link below. And if this video was useful to you, you can leave a tip and the amount that it was useful to you. I'll drop a link for that. And just if you do appreciate the video, then you can show me by hitting the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.